Good afternoon and evening, everybody, and welcome to a windy day here in Winoka. Kate Kennedy with you for Winoka Baseball as the Rails take on the Cardinals of Medford tonight in what should be an interesting one. Winoka coming into this game with a record of 1-11, Medford a record of 2-8. Temperature-wise, I mean, it has been a warm day, but the wind kind of keeping things at bay, so to speak. 85 degrees is about what we got up to today, making it down to about 80 right now, according to the weather apps we have here. And I mean, wind, it's been 25 miles per hour. It's gusted up. It's expected to gust to 30, 35, 40 even possibly. We had one of those just a few minutes before we went on the air. And if you did, if you're watching on either Facebook or YouTube, you would have gotten a nice camera shot of, well, the grass and dirt, because that's about where the camera fell as the big gust of wind came on through. If you're listening on the radio, obviously you wouldn't have seen that, but to paint a better picture for you, I mean, everything has been just strapped down just about before this thing could fly around. We've had an interesting one, had the junior high game, had a 3-minute delay in the junior high game for the tornado siren going off testing. It has been an interesting evening, and we have not even gotten to the main event yet on the high school side of things. Medford and Winoka, which should be a good one here. Wind, as mentioned, it's been blowing from the south to the north. That'll favor it going out and to the left. So it should be an interesting evening if anyone could get the ball up in the air. So we've got the warm-ups going on right now for both sides. Medford, of course, as the visitors will be batting first. For Winoka on the bump today, it's going to be number 3, Colin Bichard. He'll also be the leadoff hitter for the Rails, as we'll get there in time. For Medford, coming in, as mentioned, that 2-8 record on the season, coached by Blake Lambley. And looking at Medford, their 2 wins on the season were both over O'Keene. It was a 13-12 win over the Whippets to get the season started, and beat them again over in Timberlake at the Cherokee Strip Tournament, 8-2. Now, Medford's previous game, their last game that they played, was back on April 6th, and that was when they played Waukomis. And keep in mind, Waukomis, a good team, but a 20-3 loss to the Chieftains is what Medford had. As we get ready to go, as it'll be Hammonds making his way to the plate to get things started for the Cardinals. As mentioned, Bichard as the pitcher for the Rails. As Bichard winds up and delivers the first pitch, is down to be low in the dirt, and we are underway as Hammonds takes ball 1. As mentioned, one of those kind of classic days in Oklahoma weather-wise. Warm to start out, continues to get warmer and warmer, but colder in the morning as Hammond swings through to even the count up 1-1 strike. But as mentioned, got up to 85 degrees earlier in the day. Could see some of the storm clouds trying to build way off in the west as we made our way from Alva into Winoka. Next pitch on the way for Bichard, delivering again, and Hammond swings through that one. 1-2 count now, favoring Bichard. 1-2 strikes to Hammonds. As Bichard delivers on the 1-2, that one just a bit low, and leaving the count up to 2-2. As mentioned, just getting started here in Winoka. 2-2 on the way for Bichard. That one just low and away in the zone as well, as Hammonds has worked the count full. 3-2. As Bichard gets the signal, winds up, delivers, and Hammonds fouls that one away as it goes back over the stands. And as it does, as Hammonds moves, it picks up a big pile of dirt and drifts it right back towards the stands as well. But as mentioned, it is that kind of day dealing with the wind. As you'll probably be able to hear it come through the mic most of the broadcast tonight. The wind blowing from the south to the north around our way as Hammonds puts that one in play with a high flying ball, making its way towards second, where it is caught as the Rails able to get an opening out. As that one caught by Stetson Nix. And now to bring up number 1, Barwick, batting in the second spot. 1 out away already for Medford as the first pitch, swing and a miss from Barwick. So early on here, still no score, just underway here in Winoka. As mentioned, I mean, it's it's a beautiful, it's one of those, you get these all the time. It is a beautiful night if you would just take away the wind. As Bouchard fires on the way, as Barwick puts that one foul. It'll make its way over the left field side and hopefully not near any of the cars, but it looks like it kind of heads that way. As one of the other things talked about, kind of a interesting decision. If you're going to find a place to park, all the stands are on the left side. That's where the wind is blowing as Bouchard delivers in for a ball. It's a 1-2 count for Barwick. Bouchard fires away. And that one is in for a called strike 3. And so Bouchard able to get the strikeout looking from Barwick. And so far, 2 up, 2 down as it'll bring Winter to the plate. First pitch down and low for ball 1. As Bouchard on the 1-0. Delivers. Winter hits that one back over to third, and it sails through, making its way to left field. And it'll be a single for Winter.
There's no way we don't catch that. Routine.
The first hit of the day for the Cardinals. As it'll bring up the pitcher on Medford's side, that'll be Duke. So the first pitcher versus pitcher battle today. Medford 2 outs, but 1 aboard in Winter. As he stands over at first. First pitch on the way goes over the head of Duke. Still early on here in the top of the first. As Bouchard looks over to first. Now fires. Duke swing and a miss. Moving in motion goes Winters. He's able to take off and steal second. So the count evens up for Duke, but now a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals here in the top of the first. Winter able to get the steal of second. No score yet. Still in Winoka. The 1-1 on the way. That one hammered away. Is it going to be foul or fair? Right down the line. It will drop fair and bring a run home as it's a single for Duke. Winter comes sprinting home as Duke able to get the RBI single. And Medford takes the early 1-0 lead here at the top of the first. And so Winter was able to get aboard, and as he did, Duke able to bring him home. It'll now bring up Lamley.
Come on, Lakes. 2 down.
As Bouchard looks over to first, fires away. First pitch swing in the dirt goes Lamley as Duke takes off and is able to steal second. So both Cardinals that have been able to get aboard have taken second on steals. The 0-1 on the way for Bouchard. Now looks back towards second, makes Duke retreat. As Bouchard looks again. Looks over to third, checks, now fires away. As Lamley blasts that one out towards center field. It's going, and it hits off the center field wall as it's going to be a double for Lamley and bring Duke home. And Lamley just hits a rocket on that thing. As mentioned, the wind blowing out into the left tonight, and Lamley able to get a bit of a boost from the breeze and is able to get aboard with an RBI double. Medford now with a 2-0 lead over the Rails. Still here in the first inning, and as mentioned, things were going good for Bouchard early. Got the fly out, but then was able, as Lamley makes his way over to third.
Hey, let's go. Come on, Bob.
As Lohman makes his way up to the plate. They're the Lohman brothers, number 3 and number 6. This is the one wearing number 3 as Lohman fouls that one away. He goes back over the stands to even the count up 1 ball, 1 strike. Medford with a 2-0 lead early on in the first, and Lamley threatening over at third. Bouchard checks over to Lamley, now fires away. That one low, gets behind the catcher, and Lamley will race his way to third. Did he get tagged? Looks like he did not, so it'll be another run for Medford. So all three Cardinals that have gotten aboard have come home to make it a 3-0 lead for Medford here in the first. Lohman's still at the plate, facing a 2-1 count. 2-1 on the way, that one off. It'll make it 3-1 now. Bouchard looks over, fires away on the 3-1, and that one ends up hitting Lohman. So a hit by pitch that looked like it was going to be ball four anyway. Either way, Lohman will take it to get aboard. And it's 4 straight Cardinals that have gotten on base. As it'll now bring up, as mentioned, the other Lohman brother wearing number 6. Clear up any confusion of saying Lohman again. Bouchard looks over to first as Lohman makes his way back to first. We'll now focus on the Lohman at home plate. As Bouchard fires away, able to get the called strike, but Lohman takes off towards second to steal. So leaving up the count 1-1, and now a Lohman on second and a Lohman batting. As Bouchard looks back towards second and was able to keep one Lohman at bay, now turns his attention to face the other. Bouchard looks over to third, now fires away. That one just a bit high. Moves the count up to 2-1. Bouchard again looks over towards second, fires away. Lohman puts it in play, but it rips foul towards that left side and evens up the count. So now a 2-2 count to Lohman. Check that 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Bouchard fires in and is able to get the called strikeout once again. So Bouchard able to get 2 Ks in the first inning, but Medford able to get 3 runs early to take the lead over the Rails. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the Rails will have their first at-bats here in the bottom of the first. We'll take that break and be right back with Winoka Baseball here on KALV.
Mock Resources, with offices in Winoka, Oklahoma, is an independent upstream oil and gas company focused on the acquisition, development, and production of high-return, low-cost oil and natural gas projects. As responsible stewards of natural resources, Mock Resources understands the pivotal role energy has in building sustainable economic growth, social progress, and improving quality of life locally and globally. In addition to providing ethically sourced energy, Mock Resources is committed to delivering scalable, reliable, and affordable energy to all communities, to equip all people with the modern energy resources they need to thrive. To learn more about Mock Resources, email them info@mocknr, that's MACHNR.com, or find them online at mocknr.com. From the beginning of time, Larry and Linda Zook have supported the people and events in our part of the country. Usually, Chimney Rock Mini Storage is full, and we remind you to get on the waiting list for the next open unit. Well, for the first time in a long time, Linda and Larry have a couple of open units at Chimney Rock Mini Storage in Winoka. Call quickly, 580-824-1042.
Welcome back to Winoka. Cade Kennedy here with you on a breezy night at the Winoka Ballpark as the Rails find themselves down 3-0 early on in the first inning. As we've got people, decent crowd continuing to try to file in. It's a good crowd for the junior high game. So it will be Colin Bouchard to lead off for the Rails, followed by Weston Longoria and Corbin Ferguson. As Bouchard makes his first appearance at the plate tonight. As Duke, the pitcher for the Cardinals, fires his first pitch in there. That one's up high for ball one. As Duke gets the ball back. The wind picks up for a moment. Duke fires away on the 1-0. Bouchard swings through, and that'll even up the count. 1 ball and a strike. Duke on the 1-1. Fires away to Bouchard. That one just a bit high as well. Now a 2-1 count for Colin Bouchard. Bouchard, the leadoff man for the Rails, also the pitcher tonight. As Bouchard pops that one up, hits it foul, carrying, and will make its way out of play. Leaving the count up to 2-2. When we talked about the wind a little bit, and every once in a while it'll die down for a moment and then come back with another big 30-mile-an-hour gust as next pitch from Duke goes over the head of Bouchard and works the count full, does Bouchard. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Duke gives a smile, fires away on the pitch, and Bouchard tips that one fair. No, it's going to be a strikeout. Swung through for ball 3. Catcher drops it, fires over to first, and gets the strikeout of Bouchard. So now it will bring up Corbin Ferguson. Or actually, check that. It'd be Weston Longoria. As Longoria, first pitch, pops it up. Everyone's scrambling for it, trying to make a play, and it drops in fair territory off the glove of Lamley. And as he does, Longoria able to make his way to first. So he reaches on the air, and now it'll bring up Corbin Ferguson. First pitch into Ferguson for a strike. The pitch on the way to Ferguson. Fires off, trying to steal second is Longoria, and he's able to. The 1-1 on the way to Ferguson. And foul off.
Hey, why don't we get the bat? Hey, there. Got it. Come on out.
Here in the bottom of the first, Medford with a 3-0 lead over Winoka. Longoria is the runner on second. Got aboard with an error, then was able to steal second. As Duke stares back before giving it off to Ferguson. Ferguson hits it back over to second, fires his way over to first, tries to cleanly get the putout. Cannot, he's safe. It moves Longoria to third, and Ferguson able to beat it out on the infield hit. And so now runners at the corners for Wyatt Millage. A runner at first and a runner at third. Winoka down 3-0 as Millage puts that one in play, hits it over to third. Will bring a runner home, however, on the ground out. So it's out number 2 for the Rails, but it does bring Longoria home and move Ferguson to second. So now it'll bring up number 25, Gavin Stevens, playing as the first baseman. Or Gavin Stebbins.
Hey, we're still here instead of staying here.
Pitch on the way to Stebbins. Duke looks back towards second. Fires away, and Stebbins a swing and a miss.
Sit on it. Your chin's got to stay down.
Moves the count to 1-2. Next pitch on the way from Duke, and that one just a bit low. And now moving over, trying to take third is Ferguson, and as he does, he gets thrown out. And so that will end the at-bat, as Winoka able to get one run in, as Weston Longoria was able to make his way home on the sacrifice from Millage. Rails able to get a run on the board to try to climb back into this thing, but still trailing 3-1 after one. We'll take a break and be right back with more Winoka baseball on KALV.
Clean Harbors, hazardous waste disposal and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Winoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Winoka is like its owner, beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Winoka.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Welcome back to Winoka here in the top of the second. Medford with a 3-1 lead over the Rails as Dries, the batter for the Cardinals, as the first pitch to Dries goes for a called strike. Second pitch on the way. That one will be outside to even up the count. The ball goes back to the backstop. Evens up the count to 1-1.
Order the game.
So we should see Dries, Vargas, and then go back to the top of the lineup to Hammonds. Here for the Cardinals, as Dries puts it in play over to third, quickly firing out to first, and able to make the play is Millage. So a simple ground out there to get the inning started, and I mean, that's what Winoka wanted. That's what they got in the first inning as well, was able to string the first two together, as now to bring Vargas up for his first at-bat of the night. As Bouchard fires in, Vargas puts that one in play with a sky-high ball making its way towards center field, trying to get the catch, and cannot make the catch out in center field, as it will be a double for Vargas. As it goes up and then ends up hitting the ground out there, as Longoria was trying to chase that one down. But instead will put a runner in scoring position again for Medford as Hammonds makes his way back up. Flew out his first time. Bouchard fires away. First pitch low in the dirt. So 3-1, Medford on top of the rails. Top of the second here on a windy night in Winoka. There's a reason I keep bringing that up. We've had gusts up near 40 in the past couple of hours, it feels like, as Hammonds fouls that one away. Leaving the count up 1-1 strike. Runner on second in scoring position for Medford and Vargas. And one out already for the Cards. As Bouchard fires away. And Hammonds will let that one sail on past him for ball 2. It's Bouchard. Looks back over to Millage at third. Now fires away. As Hammonds puts that one in play down into left field. Bounces off the grass and is able to get aboard with a single. Vargas makes his way over to third, and Medford will have runners at the corners. First hit of the game for Hammonds. As it'll now bring up number 1, Barwick, who struck out looking his first time up. It's the first pitch on the way from Bouchard to Barwick. Goes over the head of Barwick. Now moving to take second is Hammonds, and he'll get there safely. So runners now on second and third for Medford. Vargas at third, Hammonds at second. His ball put in play by Barwick. That'll go into left field. That'll bring one run home and once again keep runners at the corners. Vargas able to make his way in as it's an RBI single for Barwick. As it'll bring up Winter, who was able to be a part, was able to get the single that really got everything going. It was a 2-out single in the top of the first that got the runs going for Medford. Cardinals with a 4-1 lead here in the top of the second. Runners on at the corners. Hammonds at third, Barwick at first. As now Barwick's going to make his way to second on the pitch in to Winter. So 2 runners in scoring position again for Medford with a 4-1 lead here in that top half of the second inning. Bouchard looks over to third. Now fires home as that one will go outside. And move the count to 2-0 for Winter. The 2-0 on the way. That one will end up hitting Winter, and that'll load the bases. It's the second hit by pitch of the game for Medford they've been able to draw from Bouchard. And now the bases are loaded. Hammonds at third, Barwick at second, and Winter at first, bringing in Duke, who was able to get an RBI single his first time around as Duke swings through the first pitch for a strike. And that's what you want to do. You want to try to get out there and get those first pitch strikes, get active, and get into an attacking count if you're Bouchard with only 1 out here and the bases loaded. As Bouchard fires in the next pitch. The next pitch to Duke, a swing and a miss, and that'll move the count to 1-2. Bouchard looks over, 1-2 on the way. That one low, evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Duke here in the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. As mentioned, bases loaded for Medford with a 4-1 lead already in favor of the Cardinals. Bouchard delivers that one low, and that'll work the count full for Duke. 3-2 count on the way. As Bouchard brings it on. Duke hammers that one, and it will day fair make its way towards the left corner. One run will score. It'll bring home another, and it'll possibly be a 3-run double for Duke, and it will. They're not going to get there in time. It's a bases-clearing double for Duke to bring home 3 runs as Hammonds, Barwick, and Winter all able to get home and make it now 7-1 in favor of Medford. As Lambley, batting in the 5 spot, makes his way up now to the plate. As Lambley got a double his first time around. This is Bouchard. Eyes in Lambley, fires away the first pitch, and that one goes out for ball 1. Bouchard looks over again, back towards Millage at third, fires away the 1-0. Lambley able to put that one in play as it'll make its way into center field as Duke will stop at third. Coach Lambley telling Duke, just stay there at third. You don't need to go any further. Duke thought he was waving him. Coach Lambley saying, I was not. He was saying, listen, you know, we keep things calm here. We don't need to try to rush it. We're already up 7-1. As Lohman makes his way up to the plate, the first of the Lohman brothers was hit by a pitch his first time around. It'll be number 3 of the Lohman. There's a number 3 and a number 6 as Bouchard looks over to third and first and was not able to make a play on either. Thought he had an opportunity to pick someone off, but was not able to. Next pitch goes to Lohman, and will be a ball as Lambley able to take off and steal second. So a 1-0 count now to Lohman. The first of the Lohman brothers batting right beside each other. This one batting in the 3rd spot in the 6 hole. The second one in the 7 hole wearing number 6. The next pitch on the way, that'll be another ball. Lohman able to work the count to 2-0. 2-0 on the way from Bouchard, and that one low again. And now makes it 3-0. Runners at second and third for Medford. Duke at third, Lambley at second. As Bouchard checks over on Duke before firing away and ends up hitting Lohman. It's the second time this game that he's been hit, and the bases are loaded once again for Medford, as with the second Lohman brother coming up. It's number 6. Looks like we're going to have a quick visit to the mound from Coach Nix to Colin Bouchard. And with that, we'll take a quick break and be right back with more Winoka baseball here on KALV.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Winoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Winoka, the little city by the sand.
Back in Winoka is the first pitch to Lohman, a called strike. 0-1 on the way. Lohman swings through that one as well. Working the count now to 0-2 is Bouchard as the base is loaded. For Medford. They've got Duke on third, Lambley on second, and the first Lohman on first as a Lohman chops the ball away foul. Medford already with 4 runs here in the top of the second to add on and take a 7-1 lead over Winoka. It's a Medford team that lost to Wacomas 20-3 just 3 days ago, trying to get their bats back in order. The pitch goes over the head of Lohman to move the count out to 1-2. Tried to see if he could get Lohman to chase high, did Bouchard, but he could not. Bouchard firing away on the 1-2, and that one, Lohman has to spin out of the way, and now the count works its way even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the bases loaded for Medford. The 7-1 lead in favor of the Cardinals here in the top of the second as that wind just continues to breeze by. Next pitch goes in, and just a little bit too in, I guess, and that'll make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lohman's worked the count full. The pitch goes to Dries. Say 3-1 count to Dries. Fires away. Dries able to put that one in play as he hits that one. Still drifting. Caught it, but it'll be a bloop single. 1 run will come in, and another will as well for Dries, I should say. So he gets the 2 RBI to bring Duke and Lamley home and is able to get aboard. It'll now bring up Vargas. The pitch of Vargas, swings and misses. And as he does, the double steal happens, and both are able to execute there. Lohman able to make his way to third, and Dries able to go to second. The next pitch to Vargas as he hammers that one foul. As the 1-2 count to Vargas. As he swings and misses the throw down the first, just a bit too high. Vargas will be able to get on first, and 2 more runs will score for Medford as Lohman and Dries both able to come home, and Vargas able to get aboard on the strikeout, the dropped strikeout. So to bring 2 more runs home. So we're now back to Hammonds, who got a single already his first time around this inning. Vargas the runner on first. As Bouchard starts to move, and instead it's going to be a balk that'll move Vargas to second. Bouchard looks on. Now another runner in scoring position, and Vargas fires away as Hammond slaps that one to center field as it will get down and move a runner to third. Vargas thought about drifting home. Instead, it's going to be a single for Hammonds to move Vargas to third. And it'll bring up Barwick again. Runners at the corners for Barwick. Bouchard looks over to third. Now fires back towards first as it goes on beyond the first baseman, and it'll bring another runner home in Vargas as Hammonds will make his way to second. The attempted pickoff there, Hammond's able to move in, and another run comes home for Medford to make it 12-1 in favor of the Cardinals. Bouchard fires in. Barwick able to put that one into play. A high fly ball that is caught, and that will end the inning. So Medford able to put 9 runs on the board in the second inning to take a 12-1 lead over Winoka. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more Winoka baseball working our way to the bottom of the second here on KALV.
Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
What do you look for in a good ag lender? Local decision making? Quick responses on questions? Personalized business packages with a focus on your financial goals? Guidance with the latest technology? On-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule? Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountains. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
Welcome back to Winoka here in the bottom of the second as Gavin Stebbins will get us started with a pitch fouled away. Winoka down 12-1 against Medford here in the bottom of the second. Rails needing to get a decent amount of runs in a short amount of time as the first pitch or the second pitch on the way for Dukes. Devin swings through that one to quickly move the count to 0-2. As the 0-2 on the way from Duke. We'll go past for ball one. As 1-2 was the count to Stebbins as we had at the bottom of the first when Corbin Ferguson got thrown out at third as the pitch goes and hits Stebbins. So he will make his way on base. That's the first hit by pitch of the night, thrown by Duke. The wind just continues to be a factor here in Winoka tonight. As mentioned, wind blowing about in the mid-20s, about 25, as the first pitch to Chris Solomon in for a called strike. So runner on for the Rails, nobody out here in the bottom of the second with Stebbins on first, Solomon up at the plate. The 0-1 on the way, Solomon swings through that one to make it 0-2. Duke looks back towards second, fires away, pitch low in the dirt. That'll give Solomon a little bit more life, moving the count to 1-2. Duke looks back over to first, now checks at second, fires away with a pitch high towards Solomon, evens the count now up, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chris Solomon. Runner on first for the Rails in Stebbins. The 2-2 on the way. That one right down the middle, and Duke able to get Solomon out looking. So now we'll bring up Stetson Nix for his first appearance of the night. As Duke checks over, fires to Nix, as that'll be the ball one. Duke once again looking over towards first, firing away on the 1-0, and that one low as well. Nick's able to have a good eye there, keep working the count up to 2-0. The 2-0 on the way goes over the head of Nix, and now it'll be a 3-0 count. It's Duke, who did a good job early on of containing that top part of the order for the Rails. Already hit a batter, got a strikeout, now a 3-0 count to Nix, and is able to draw the called strike. Now it's a 3-1 count to Nix. Duke firing away. Went in for a called strike as well. Count now worked full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nix. Duke fakes firing back over to first. Stebbins able to dive back towards the bag. Now looks over, fires away on the 3-2, fouled back by Nix. Able to keep the bat going. Will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat for Stetson Nix. So 3-2 will do it again. As Duke fires away on the 3-2, Nix able to put that one in play, and it will get down in the left field for a base hit. Nix able to get aboard with a single and move Stebbins over to third. And that's what you needed if you were the Rails. Just continue to try to chip away here as they'll bring up Titan Smith Dunn. As I can't say the home plate umpire, but he is working on home plate. He is the umpire for the game. As he's able to clear off home plate. Now we're going to have a quick conversation between Coach Lamley and the Cardinals staff as he'll have a conversation with Duke. And as he does, we're going to take a quick break. Medford with a 12-1 lead over Winoka here in the bottom of the second. Rails with runners at the corners. We'll take that break and be right back with more Winoka baseball here on KALV.
From the beginning of time, Larry and Linda Zook have supported the people and events in our part of the country. Usually, Chimney Rock Mini Storage is full, and we remind you to get on the waiting list for the next open unit. Well, for the first time in a long time, Linda and Larry have a couple of open units at Chimney Rock Mini Storage in Winoka. Call quickly, 580-824-1042.
Clean Harbors, hazardous waste disposal and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Winoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
Back here in Winoka as we do have a pitching change as it'll be Lamley coming in place of Duke. Duke goes an inning into third, had 2 strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits and 1 run, and had the 1 hit batter, but had a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking as well. As now Titan Smith Dunn will make his way up to the plate as the first pitch sails past him for a called strike 1. Smith Dunn, who has been the catcher so far today for the Rails. The pitch goes to Smith Dunn, swings through it. However, taking off to second is Nix, who's able to take bag number 2. Now runners in scoring position, both of them for the Rails. Stebbins at third, Nix at second is the next pitch. Low, but it is a called strike 3 as Smith Dunn struck out looking. It's the 1 at-bat and 1 strikeout now for Lamley, who's come in. So it'll now bring up Ian Ellis. It's the left fielder. First pitch to him in for a called strike. 2 outs here for the Rails in the bottom of the second. Down 12-1 against Medford. 2 on, but 2 out. Both runners in scoring position. Next pitch in for another strike. It's been 5 straight strikes for Lamley since he came in. As the wind continues to pick up here. The trees moving away in center field as pitch fouled away by Ellis. So technically 6 straight strikes now thrown for Lamley since he came in. The 0-2 on the way from Lamley. Off for ball 1, and it's the first ball thrown by Lamley. A 1-2 count for Ian Ellis. 1-2 on the way, and that one will go in the dirt as it goes all the way to the backstop, sliding in for Stebbins, and he is safe. As the wild pitch from Lamley gives up the run. Leaving up the count for Ellis, and it's now 12-2 as the Rails able to get a run back. As Nix was able to make his way over to third, as Stebbins was able to come home on the wild pitch. Lamley checks over to third, now fires away on the 2-2, and it's swing and a miss, and Lamley able to get his second strikeout of the inning. So Winoka able to get a run once again, but trailing Medford 12-2 as we make our way to the third inning. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third here with more Winoka baseball on KALV.
Mock Resources, with offices in Winoka, Oklahoma, is an independent upstream oil and gas company focused on the acquisition, development, and production of high-return, low-cost oil and natural gas projects. As responsible stewards of natural resources, Mock Resources understands the pivotal role energy has in building sustainable economic growth, social progress, and improving quality of life locally and globally. In addition to providing ethically sourced energy, Mock Resources is committed to delivering scalable, reliable, and affordable energy to all communities, to equip all people with the modern energy resources they need to thrive. To learn more about Mock Resources, email them info@machnr, that's MACHNR.com, or find them online at machnr.com.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Winoka is like its owner, beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Winoka.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Back here in Winoka as we make our way to the top of the third. Cade Kennedy here with you alongside the camera girl, Teresa Kennedy. Her first, I think your first appearance in baseball, the years we've been doing this. As Winter up to the plate for the Cardinals to start the top of the third. First pitch on its way from Titan Smith Dunn, who has checked in as the pitcher, and it's in for a strike. As Bouchard ends up going 2 innings, giving up 12 runs, but did have 3 strikeouts. The next pitch to Winter, swinging once again, and that one putting him in an 0-2 count. So good start for Titan Smith Dunn as he comes in attacking. Smith Dunn delivering on the 0-2. And that one outside into the backstop for ball 1. Smith Dunn looking to get the first out of the inning here. Top of the third just started. Nobody on. A 1-2 count on the way. That one low again, and it'll even up the count 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Winter. The 2-2 on the way from Smith Dunn, and that one goes up high and has now worked the count full as Winter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Winter got a single in the first inning, got hit by a pitch in the second. Will happen here in the third as that one goes past, and Winter goes from 0-2 to drawing the first walk of the game for Medford. So a runner on board and a 12-2 lead for Medford here in the top of the third as it'll bring Duke up, who is a single and a double. He's already got 4 RBI on the day, does Duke, who, keep in mind, is also the pitcher for Medford. And Smith Dunn checks over to first to see how Winter's doing, if he's going to get back, and he does. Now fires over to first once again. Winter able to get back and is still safe.
Come on, Tuck, let's go. Hit the baseball. Roll in the middle. Let's go. Go. One baseball. Move up the pitch. Hold up.
It's Titan Smith Dunn. Fires away. First pitch down low. Taking off to get to second is Winter as he's able to safely get there. So now a runner in scoring position for Medford. A 12-2 lead for the Cardinals here in the top of the third. Runner in second, or runner on second in Winter, who's come home both times he has batted today as Duke drives one into the gap in left field as they'll move Winter over to third, and it's the third hit of the game for Duke. Lamley will make his way up. Lamley's been the other pitcher for Medford today. Came in the top of the third and was able to get a couple strikeouts. The few batters he faced. Runners at the corners for Medford, first and third. Smith Dunn fires away. Pitch goes low as Winter does not move. Coach Lamley telling Winter there's no need to move there. By the time it bounces off the backstop and gets back, it would be about time for you to get thrown out at home, is what he's telling him. There's the 1-0. On the way for Smith Dunn. No, checks back over to first. And Duke nearly ends up colliding with Stebbins. The Duke's still standing on first.
We're not going anywhere anyway, dude.
And Coach Lamley saying, hey, to Duke, we don't need to go anywhere. There's no reason to try to get that big of a lead to require getting thrown back out. Still a 1-0 count to Lamley. Delivery, and Lamley fouls that one back as it will nearly hit the top of the stands. A 1-1 count. We're going to have time called, it looks like. So we are going to have a pinch runner for Medford to replace Duke. The 1-1 on the way from Smith Dunn goes in, able to get a called strike on that one. Moves the count now to 1-2. So runners at the corners still for the Cardinals as Winter at third and the pinch runner who will replace Duke over at first. Can't see his number from this far away. As the next pitch fouled away once again by Lamley. So we're trying to get our camera repositioned here. And look in on the shot, you can see starting to get darker a little bit here in Winoka. 7:30. Sun will be setting in the next, well, I would say half hour, but I don't think that's true. The next pitch from Smith Dunn goes up in the zone. It evens the count up 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, again, said it earlier and I'll say it again. It is a beautiful night for baseball except for the wind. And unfortunately, that wind makes a lot of difference. It makes it colder than it really feels. As the next pitch goes high once again, makes it a 3-2 count. Coach Lamley telling everyone there's no reason to move once again. Just tell everyone to stay put. It's a full count now for Lamley. 3-2 on the way, and Lamley able to pop that one up. Is it going to get foul? It will. Nearly got all the way out of play. Went over by the Medford dugout. So still a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Lamley. Winter over on third, a pinch runner on first. The 3-2 on the way, and a swing and a miss, but it goes all the way to the backstop, taking off, trying to get to first. Lamley will beat it out, and it's the second time today that it's been a dropped strikeout that ends up getting a runner aboard, and the bases are loaded for Medford. Nobody out here in the top of the third. So it'll bring up Lohman, who's been hit by a pitch and hit by another pitch. For his 2 plate appearances here today, the first of the Lohman brothers wearing number 3. First pitch on the way right down the middle from Smith Dunn, and that one's in for a strike. So bases juiced now for the Cardinals. Winter at third, pinch runner at second, and Lamley at first. I'd love to tell you who the pinch runner is, but I still can't see his number. But Lohman able to put it into play, gets it into the outfield as 1 run will come home and another will come in. Two runners able to come home. And it's a 2 RBI hit for single for Lohman. So now it'll bring up the other Lohman. So a 14-2 lead for Medford here in the top of the third. Next pitch goes high to Lohman. As mentioned, 2 Lohmans batting back and forth. There's 1 out here as Lamley got out during the last at bat. A 2-2 count here to Lohman. Runner on at first. Pitch goes high. Is Lohman able to take off and steal second? And put another runner in scoring position for Medford. A full count for 1 Lohman. So 1 at home with a full count, and another Lohman on second. Able to steal a base. And a 14-2 lead for Medford. Here at the top of the third. Smith Dunn fires away. That one low once again, and either way, it's ball 4. As Lohman able to move to third on the wild pitch. Just like that's the second walk of the inning drawn by the Cardinals, as it'll now bring up Dries. Dries has had an active day, had 2 at-bats in the second inning. Grounded out the first time around, was able to get all the way back to it, and was able to come home. It's the first pitch into Dries for a strike. So a 14-2 lead for Medford. Both Lomans on as Smith Dunn throws over to second. Loman sliding to second, and he is safe. And as he gets in, another Loman scores. So one Loman able to get home and another one able to take second on the wild pitch to Dries. And it's now 15-2 favoring Medford. The 1-1 on the way to Dries. That one just a bit low. So a 2-1 count to Dries in his third at bat of the game here in the top of the third. As Smith Dunn looks back to second, fires Dries, puts that one in play over to first. Stevens not able to make the grab, and instead it'll be an RBI single for Dries. As both Lomans able to get home and now make it 16-2 in favor of Medford. So now be Vargas up to the plate. The runner on first and Dries. The umpire checking to make sure everything's okay. Runner on first for the Cardinals in Dries. Vargas up to the plate. It's his third time up. Doubled his first time in the bottom of the second, then was able to get on a dropped strikeout the second time. As Smith Dunn ready to fire away, instead checks back over to Dries at first. Smith Dunn checks over to first once again. Fires his way home, and that one fouled off by Vargas. Medford with a 16-2 lead here in the top of the third. Trying to do some damage and keep adding on. Only one out here. Smith Dunn fires away, and Vargas swings at that one for strike two. Or actually, that was a strikeout. So it's the second out of the inning. And now up to bat comes Hammonds, who flew out in the first and then was able to get two singles in the second. This is already his fourth appearance at the plate today. Smith Dunn looks over to first, fires away over the head of Hammonds. As he does, it'll put Dries in motion. He's able to move to second on the wild pitch. So a 1-0 count to Hammonds. The runner in scoring position now in Dries at second. Smith Dunn fires away, and it's another wild pitch that'll go out and move Dries over to third. Same thing happening back-to-back, just firing it over and not able to get it going there for Winoka. So now a 2-0 count to Hammonds on wild pitches that's been able to move Dries from first to third. 16-2 lead for Medford here in the top of the third. Smith Dunn fires over the head of Hammonds, and that'll move the count now to 3-0. I'm afraid to say it, but the wind is dying down for the moment. Now that I've said it, it's going to start picking back up. 3-0. Going to get in there and move the count now to 3-1. 3-1 on the way. Hammond swing and a miss through that one. Moves the count full, 3-2. The 3-2 from Smith Dunn. As he gets to Hammonds, and that one will go behind, and it will be a walk for Hammonds. Now moves runners to the corners for Barwick. As Barwick, who struck out looking his first time up, was able to get a single his second time around and then got out on the third time. Fourth attempt now for Barwick, and the first pitch fouled away. So an 0-1 count now for Barwick. Medford with a 16-2 lead over Winoka. Here at the top of the third. Runners at the corners, Medford trying to do more damage. Medford with a 16-2 lead over Winoka as Smith Dunn thinks about firing over to third, then looks back over to first with no 1 count still to Barwick. He looks back towards Barwick back towards Barwick at home to Smith Dunn. Now fires away. Barwick swing and a miss, and moving to take second for the Cardinals is Hammonds. So now an 0-2 count to Barwick. Winoka trying to get out of the inning, only giving up 4 runs. As Smith Dunn fires away. That one makes its way to the backstop for a ball. As Dries thought about racing home, Coach Lamley talking to him, telling him it's a good decision that he stopped. Dries at third, Hammonds at second. Nobody at first, but a 1-2 count for Barwick as he pops that one up foul. So race its way over the Winoka dugout. Be a foul ball. Barwick continuing to battle as the Medford players pointing, not that way, hit it in play, don't hit it out. Just trying to have some fun now are the Medford players with a 16-2 lead in the top of the third. Smith Dunn fires away, and that one goes over the head of Barwick. Leaving the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 count on the way from Smith Dunn. As Barwick swing and a miss, and Titan Smith Dunn able to get the strikeout to end the threat for Medford. Cardinals able to plate 4 in the top of the third to extend their lead to 16-2 over Winoka. Rails will have to continue to try to fight back to stay alive in this one. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Winoka baseball here on KALV.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Winoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Winoka, the little city by the sand. Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
What do you look for in a good ag lender? Local decision making? Quick responses on questions? Personalized business packages with a focus on your financial goals? Guidance with the latest technology? On-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule? Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
We are very fortunate to live, to work, and to be able to play in this part of the world. We're also thankful for all of our blessings, our friends, and our neighbors in and around the Winoka area. One of our big blessings is having our own animal doctor. That's Dr. Michaela Zook. Dr. Michaela Zook is now located in downtown Winoka and can be reached at any time by telephone, 580-554-0226. Dr. Michaela Zook. One more blessing at our hometown veterinarian.
Welcome back here to Winoka as Colin Bouchard able to get things going in the bottom of the third as he hits one out towards right field and able to get it to drop, and a single for Bouchard to start the bottom of the third, and that's what you need if you're Winoka. As next up will be Weston Longoria. Longoria reached on an error his first time around. Was able to come home as one of the 2 runs scored today for the Rails. As Lamley still on the mound for Medford. Here in the bottom of the third, it's a 16-2 lead for the Cardinals. Lights have come on here on the field. As Longoria shows bunt, and as he does, it turns into a strike. Now moving to steal second is Bouchard, and he's able to get there. So Longoria just trying to show bunt there to try to move Bouchard with his speed, but Bouchard able to get second anyway. Didn't have to sacrifice anyone there or try to cause any chaos. So still an 0-1 count here to Longoria. Lamley fires, and that one fouled away. Will go over the dugout. As some of the players in the dugout joking, maybe it hit a car, maybe it didn't. We don't know for sure. Hopefully it didn't. But either way, it's 2 strikes to Longoria. As Lamley moves back to second. Now fires over to swing and a miss for Longoria. As it'll be the first strikeout of the inning for Lamley. As it's the 3rd strikeout of the game so far for Lamley. So they'll now bring up Corbin Ferguson, who got a single his first time up. Runner on second in Bouchard here for the Rails at the bottom of the third. 1 out. Is Ferguson able to put that one in play? He's able to get it down the right field line, and will move Bouchard to third. He'll race home, and Bouchard will score to get another run on for Winoka. As it's an RBI single for Corbin Ferguson. That makes the score 16-3. Still in favor of Medford, but Winoka has scored in every inning. It'll now bring up Wyatt Millage, who grounded out his first time up. The wind continuing to somewhat die down here. As mentioned, the lights are on in the stadium. The first pitch to Millage popped up. It's making its way, and it will drop foul. That thing drove closer and closer to us. So an 0-1 count now to Wyatt Millage. Runner on first in Ferguson. 16-3 lead for Medford here in the bottom of the third. 1 away already for the Rails. As Lamley delivers, and that one a bit high to even up the count to Millage. 1-1. As Lamley looks over, and that one fouled away again by Millage. Gets over and out of the park. Now 1 ball, 2 strike count for Wyatt Millage. Lamley makes sure he's got his signal straight. Looks to go. Runner goes in motion as it'll be a called strike, dropped over, but instead able to get the out. Now chasing, firing to third, instead sliding in safe is Ferguson. The ball rolls past, but Ferguson going to move to third on the strikeout from Millage. So that same drop strikeout opportunity presented itself. Medford was able to capitalize on it earlier in the game. Winoka not able to that time, but it did move Ferguson around from first to third and now bring up Gavin Stebbins, who's the other runner who scored today. Got hit by a pitch in the second inning. First pitch to him is a called strike. So one runner on third in Ferguson, an 0-1 count to Stebbins. Swings through that one. Moves the count to 0-2. 16-3 lead for Medford here in the bottom of the third. Winoka trying to cut into the lead a bit more and get it down to a 12-run game. Pitch on the way from Lamley. That one fouled back by Stebbins. So an 0-2 count as Lamley looks in. Waits for his count. Waits for what his catcher wants to give him. Checks over to third. Fires away, and that one just outside for ball one. Good eye there for Stebbins to keep the at-bat alive. It's the count to 1-2 strikes. As Lamley fires in, that one goes high over the head of Stebbins, evens the count up 2-2 strikes. So a 2-2 count to Stebbins. Lamley looks in, fires in, and that one's down the middle, got Stebbins looking. And that will be the ball game as Winoka able to tack on another run, but not enough as Medford able to win this one 16-3 is a final in 3 innings. And I mean, a game where Medford gets their third win of the season, and unfortunately for the Rails, they dropped to 1-12. But this is a young Winoka team. I mean, a lot of sophomores on this squad for the Rails. They'll continue to get better as, you know, not just this season progresses, but into the offseason, into next season. A lot of them will be juniors coming back. But that will just about wrap things up here in Winoka. Medford getting a 16-3 win over the Rails. And I mean, you look at it today, Corbin Ferguson was able to get something going early. I mean, had the 2 singles, he was able to get on board. You had the run. West Longoria was able to reach on an error and was able to get home off of that from Ferguson. You had the singles for Bouchard and Ferguson in the third. You had Stebbins able to get on with the hit by pitch. He came home and scored a run. You have little pieces here and there if you're Coach Ronnie Nix to see the potential of this team as they continue to get older and older. And in a few years' time, when most of them are seniors, you add some more junior high kids in, you'll see what the program gets to. But unfortunately tonight, it's a 16-3 win for Medford over Winoka. I believe we will be back with baseball on Monday. Ben Buckland will be back to fill in for Senior Day for baseball for Winoka. And then on Tuesday, it'll be softball's Senior Day. Ben should have coverage of both of that. But that will wrap things up for tonight here in Winoka. For Teresa Kennedy, the camera girl, I'm Cade Kennedy saying, folks, until next time, have a good one, everybody.